just thought I'd share with you a little idea I tried here to just see if it'd work on putting this board together. I was going to make an 8051 experiment or prototype board, and I decided I was going to use a PLCC chip for this, an 80C31, and use an external ROM. But I had a decision: use a normal PLCC socket and deal with the double row of pins on the back side and all the jumper wires on the back side to make it work. So I thought I'd try a little experiment with this and take solder wires to each of the pins, feed them out so that I didn't have jumper wires on the back side. Done that by taking the normal PLCC device, package device, and taking it and soldering 40 little pieces of wire to all the active pins. Of course, the key pins on each side of the ADC31 is not active, so you can ignore those, but cut them about 1 inch long and solder them to each of the pins. Then tuck and lined up the wires with the holes where you can see where I marked out the pattern I wanted it. Pushed it in place, then pushed it down to flatten out the wires, then soldered it on the back, and that produced a relatively nice little mounting here. The only thing is, of course, it ain't removable, but on this it's a ROM-less microcontroller, so don't have to worry about pulling it, because you're going to be changing a ROM whenever you change the program. And yes, it did take a lot longer to solder 40 little pieces of wire, line it up, push it in place, but you didn't have to worry about the jumper wires on the back, or taking and trying to feed pieces of wire through the circuit board around to the back to the PLCC socket pins stuff. So you're going to save a lot of time in the rest of the construction of the board, because the way it is here, you've got a nice set of 10 pins on each side, and it's easy to keep track of and wire to and run jumpers over to, like you see here, over to the reset pin and over to the external access pin, and it makes a lot cleaner board on the back side. So it's kind of a, how do I say this here, even Steven on the amount of work. It takes more work to do this, but it saves you some. But it makes a lot cleaner finished product. So it's a little idea I thought I'd share with you. You can see it, well, it's not going to focus, but you can see about the way I done it here. Yeah, as I said, that's about the best I can get it up to the camera here. But you get the point. And there it is, the 80C31 on the board. Now I can start working at putting on the external RAM, EEPROM. Well, it's going to be a socket for the EEPROM, and all the register decoders, or address decoders, and everything else. But I can work at getting those put in place in a second. I got the base of the board in place and already tested it, and it works fine. So now to get the rest of the board put together.